Bitcoin fluctuates so much, it can be 20, 25%. And like, is it something that you educate people, hey, not to panic the way that they can kind of just like a yo-yo? Because, I remember one guy when it was at 30,000, he said, oh, I'm going to buy a Bitcoin. It went down to 20,000 and I think he just said never again after that. But look at it. I don't know what it's at today, but it was at 111 at one stage, not so long, a few days ago. So, I mean, if you just held on to it and just kind of went, oh, so because is that something that you kind of have the conversation with as well, that it's not like normal things?
Here's my number one tip for your listeners if they're going to buy Bitcoin or if they're going to buy Ethereum, right? So Ethereum has been kind of stacking sideways for a long time. And are you familiar with that show, the Ethereum podcast, Bankless, with Ryan and David? Real popular. They're very pro Ethereum. And, you've got Solana, right? Solana just moonshotted a year or two, 900% up. But here's my number one tip for your listeners, Roy. If you're going to invest in, say, Bitcoin, for example, this is not financial advice. I'm a certified financial planner. I'm not telling you what to do. If we were having a beer at the bar, right? What kind of beer do you like? What is your favorite, Roy?
It's a Polish beer. It's called Perła, and it's PERL with a line through it. And it's because it hasn't been bought by the Heinekens and all these companies, so it's not full of toxic ingredients. So when you drink it, you don't have a headache, you don't have pains in your knees, you just feel grand, and it's nice to quench the thirst. So that's what.
Okay, you gotta put that in the show notes. You gotta put that in the show notes. So you said Perła?
Perła, yeah.
Perła. Okay, can you get it in the States?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'll send you a picture of it anyway afterwards.
I'm gonna ask ChatGPT. Okay, so I digress. Number one tip: invest, say 1,000 or 10,000, whatever your net worth is. 1% or whatever. It's not for the return. Okay, it's for your emotions. Let me say that again. It's for your emotions, listeners, because you will see a 20% jump. I think in the past month, Bitcoin is up 39.6% or whatever the particular statistic. And you think, wow, I'm ready and I'm going to go buy a Lamborghini. I'm going to be wealthy and this is amazing. I've struck it rich, hit gold. And then 2 or 3 months later, a 20% dip. And you think, oh, I'm going to be homeless. I'm going to eat dog food in my retirement. And so that's what I tell my clients and people, is that you have to be able to stomach the volatility.